Welcome back. You made it to level 6 of the pistol progression series. Hopefully by now you've gone through levels 1 through 5. You've watched all those videos and you've progressed through each exercise. If not, I highly suggest that you go back to level 1 and make sure that you master the basics so you have a good foundation for you to build off of working towards this pistol squat. So a quick review of the pistol squat. What this is a single leg squat where that free leg is going to stay out in front of you. And we're going to try to keep this leg completely straight, keeping that knee locked out, and also trying to make sure that we don't let that foot hit the ground. So a couple key points with this one, when we're talking about the squatting leg, first most important one is that position of the knee. So as we're dropping down the squat, just like in all of our squats, trying to make sure this knee does not cave inward. We're actually driving over the outside half of our foot, making sure that we're in a safe and stable knee position throughout that whole range of motion. Second thing we're going to talk about the squatting leg is your foot. So just like with the rest of our squats, we want to make sure that foot can stay flat on the floor. The most common thing that will happen with people trying to do pistols is if they lack ankle flexibility, they're going to come up on their toes. So do your best to keep that foot flat on the floor. If you're struggling with the ankle mobility, add in a couple ankle mobility exercises or calf stretches right before you do your pistols and see if that helps you keep those feet flat on the floor. With the free leg, two things that we'll talk about. One is trying to actually keep this leg straight, keeping that knee locked out the entire time. So before you drop down into your pistol, you should be flexing your quad. That's going to help keep that leg straight for the entire range of motion. Second thing that ties into keeping that leg straight, we're trying to make sure that foot doesn't touch the floor. So you're flexing your quad, use your hip flexors, pull that foot up as high as you can, trying to drop down to your pistol, not letting that foot hit the floor, driving back up. If you are struggling with that aspect of the pistol, it might be because your hamstrings are just really tight and that's pulling your leg down. So what you can do immediately before you do a set of a pistol, just do a simple hamstring stretch. You can just sit on the floor. This is called a pike stretch. Just reaching for your toes, getting a stretch of your hamstring. Stretch that for about 30 to 45 seconds immediately before attempting a pistol and see if that helps you out. Now, once you feel like you've mastered the pistol, there are still more options, more ways for you to build on top of that. One great way is to just change the position of your arms. So just like doing a regular air squat with your arms out in front of you feels different than if you're holding your hands back on the back of your head. You can try the same thing on a pistol and you can see how that affects the movement and change the difficulty. Something else you can do, very simple, add a little bit of weight to it. Now with the pistol, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to put a bar on your back. What you can do though is hold an object out in front of you. For example, you can grab a kettlebell and you can do a goblet pistol squat. Holding that kettlebell out in front of you as a counterweight, just add a little bit of intensity to it. Maybe you go out and get yourself a mace, hold that out in front of you as a counterweight, and you do some barbarian pistol squats, if I can get one in. Maybe you don't have a mace, maybe you don't want to use a kettlebell, maybe you want to hold a small child out in front of you and do pistols like that, get famous on Instagram or something. Who knows? Have some fun with it, continue to explore your movement, and watch out for our next bodyweight movement progression series.